new Ronin's back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win.
How could I possibly have dropped so many spaces on IMDb? This is an outrage. Who do I speak to? Oh, hi! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, Human Being American, and YouTube Ronin, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of the Mystery Movie Night podcast. Already in the chat, we have FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. We have channel member JPRPH1, friend of the channel, Enigma Severus, Bonzo Kilborn, good to see you, sir. Channel member Andrea Black, and a tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby. Good to see you, sir. All right. My fellow panelists are waiting backstage, so without further ado, I will bring them on. The reason why I know you're all really here, the most violent woman on YouTube, if you see her with staple removers, please run. Sen's Corner.
I have a staple. Stapler this time.
No!
I can open it up. That's a weapon.
No.
Right? I think I'll have to use that.
Good.
Keep that close.
Oh, no. All right. One of the nicest men on YouTube, who I'm hoping will save me from this harpy. Corey's from Wilky's Movies.
Oh, I didn't know you were bringing out when you said nicest. I was trying to figure out still. But I wanted to throw out the, that's my swing line stapler, you know, from the little Office Space, if you ever seen that.
No.
One. So there's a little fight over the red swing line stapler. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's good. You should fear the stapler.
Fear
and
the
hi,
stapler.
Jim.
All right. Also joining us tonight, the handsomest man on YouTube. If I were a gay man, I would want to date this man. He's going to kill me now. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Corwith.
You always know how to make me feel welcome, Deleted. Make me feel comfortable, you know. Then
Oh, man.
being accused of domestic violence. Didn't
tell
see the
ya.
parallels with today's movie.
Well,
We'll see how many spoilers we get into.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
if you
kind
know-
of all already out there.
I didn't know about it.
Had you heard of this person before?
No.
Yeah.
I hadn't either till I heard of the movie, and then I looked it up. So when I screened it the first time, I knew, I knew what was going to happen.
We had a group of friends doing the Tyson pay-per-view
That particular one?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Some people are totally confused watching.
I
this.
know.
They don't understand what
I
we're
know.
talking
We'll
about.
get into it.
Yeah,
We'll get into it. I got
Because
some,
we do
like,
We
quick
do
trivia.
have another fellow panelist on here tonight. The man who's I hope he can hear us, and probably feeling a little left out. So let's bring him on. Off the cover.
Triumphant return.
Triumphant return.
Whoa. Cheers, guys.
That's an entrance.
It is.
with a little
Stole my move.
dogfish head pumpkin ale.
That sounds
Tis-
complicated.
Tis the pumpkin ale. Yo.
Ew, that sounds disgusting.
No,
Don't even.
no. With
Nope.
with the sugar and cinnamon rim at the bar. Shout out to the Sefton. Mwah, chef's kiss.
No.
Actually, very nice.
Not talking bad either way, but I kind of lean towards more whiskey than beer. I'll
Yeah,
say,
that's why
usually.
me and Corey are on this side.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, cheers.
Here's to Tuesday in the mystery
the
movie.
audience is waiting in anticipation. We're
Yes.
seeing
Yeah,
some
what the
They're
hell
dying
did
to
we
find out
see?
what movie we saw.
Speaking of which, yes.
For anyone tuning in from my channel, they already know because I don't wait.
Yeah,
I just tell them.
pop it up. That's
Yeah,
right.
because I think about like if I were in their position, I would want to know what movie they're about
Did
to
you-
press and watch us talk about. But that's just me, right?
Did your parents let you open up Christmas presents before Christmas Day?
That's a long story,
I'm
dude.
just joking. I'm just joking.
That
but-
doesn't even involve Christmas. So, yeah.
Oh, that's a whole nother stream. We'll save that.
I
for
think you
another
know what
time.
I'm talking about. Though.
Yeah, we're
As-
gonna save that for another
Yeah, we'll
stream.
save it.
Is saying hello to some of the folks who have joined us here in the chat. Davey Deathray is also with us.
Hey, Davey.
Davey.
On his aged boomer. Slang has joined us.
That's me. That is me. Hey, Jim. What's going on, man?
Hi. Okay.
I wear that with a badge of honor.
Did you tell him that you named a group chat after that?
I don't know if I did, but I sent him. I was playing around with creating some images, and I sent to him, and was jokes of like, yes, I am the rat bastard, and he was having a kick out of it. It's been a lot of fun. He apologized like the day after he sent that. He's like, I'm
Oh, it
sorry
was
if I was.
hilarious.
He was like,
That
I'm sorry if I was going
funny.
too much with the rat bastard. I'm like, no, man, you were
So
had me
funny.
laughing so hard, and so now it's a thing. So.
Sorry, I missed something. Did you name a live stream Rat Bastard?
No, I am the rat bastard, and
okay.
So he
I-
named a group chat that we're in,
Yeah.
like for
Oh,
a
okay.
live stream series that we do. He named it the Rat Bastards.
I think a live stream series would sound cool, like the
Yeah,
the Rat
exactly.
Bastard live stream. You know,
Count
He's
me in.
gonna forever earn 2% of all the royalties off of
Mm.
that name that I do. So,
As you should, Megan. I would hope that you do.
I missed one. Did Megan?
Megan.
Megan.
I hope so. Oh, her.
That's a good sign, Kyle.
her
You got that going for you.
I know it's a weight off my shoulders.
That's one step in the right direction.
She updated the icon for her handle.
Yeah,
Oh,
I like
first
that
time I
photo.
noticed it. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all. Good night. Thank you.
Yeah,
all right.
right.
Yeah, we're not gonna
Yeah, is this the longest we've
Thanks for
gone
joining
before the movie's
Before
revealed?
revealing, I don't know.
Paul's already on his second beer, and then
Fletcher.
we're like, just kidding.
Hey,
I'm about to
Fletcher.
go get my bourbon.
It's not
Yep.
that I'm wrong. It's that it's supposed to be all my fault. That's what it is. You got to get it right.
Oh,
Fletch.
my dog is.
Damn it.
Is Fletcher Williams related to Evan Williams, maker of Bourbon Delightfulness?
I
Which
doubt it.
Yeah, so
I have no idea.
they make one bourbon. Evan Williams does. That's very a hidden gem, as I like to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to get down
Hop
to it.
to it.
The movie this week was, drum roll, please.
You got to get a sound effect or something.
I know
Christy.
we do. Christy, starring Sydney Sweeney.
Yep.
The Sweens.
And she's going to be in another movie later this year, called The Housemaid. That will make 4 Sydney Sweeney films I will have seen this year. I just realized that.
But very different,
She's
Yes.
killing it.
thankfully.
She's hit a lot of different genres and
Yeah.
it's mixing it up.
She's definitely proven herself as an actress.
She's an intelligent young woman.
Well,
she's-
I think
she's
it's like
not-
purposely. I'm not a one-hit wonder, kind of a
She
thing. No
could have
pun
gone
intended.
down the route of doing Madam Web and a bunch of just typical shit movies that just would have paid her. You know?
Hey,
Somebody's being creative with the chat.
Anyone
too.
but you was pretty awesome.
I've never seen that one.
I
Oh my
didn't
God.
see
I've
that
never seen
either.
it.
So good.
I've
So
honestly
good.
I have not seen very many Sydney Sweeney movies.
I think the first one of hers I saw was Immaculate.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. I think that was the very,
Oh
very
my God,
first.
you
And
guys-
I saw
you-
her in Americana. which
There
I
was that.
liked quite a bit, and then Eden, and then
You know,
Christy.
honestly, this might be.
Eden was better than Americana.
I'm gonna have to look
Much
to make
better.
sure I'm not
her
lying,
performance,
but
yes, but I like the story of Americana.
this might be the first movie I've seen with her.
Really?
Ever?
Well,
Yo, you
Um,
guys. Okay,
Okay.
you guys have all got to go see Anyone But You.
no, I've seen it.
I
No,
haven't seen
thanks.
that
I'm,
one.
I'm not
So
interested.
good. It's
I-
so
I
No.
saw it in the movie theater when I
not
traveled up for the
film.
holidays, and I saw the movie theater was packed. By the way,
I heard it did
like
well.
it's what a rarity for me to see a movie and go to a movie where it's packed. Everybody was responding to the movie as if it reminded me of being in the theater during the 90s when just that packed theater opening weekend type of deal.
I'll say too, this mystery movie night,
It's
whether
not-
it got
it's not
out
my
what it
type of
was,
film.
that was one of the fuller ones that I've had in a
This
long
one
time.
and this one was one of the small. They put us in a big auditorium, and there were only a few people.
We had 2 small auditoriums in mine.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were both like half full.
Okay.
Although everybody like seemed to like it coming out of the movie.
I think there was at least one person that left ours, but that happens in a lot of them. But for those of you who don't know, Christy Martin is basically the first female boxer that she was like the one that put female boxing on the map. I did not realize how influential she was.
Got it onto the
until-
bigger stages, and
Yes, exactly. Like she was her boxing match with the Gogarty was the first female pay-per-view boxing match that had ever happened. She was the undercard for Mike Tyson.
yeah, that's a huge undercard to be on.
Yep.
I don't care who you are. Like that's
that
huge
was
to
a
be.
big deal, and something that was really cool. Okay, so you guys, after I watched this movie, I had heard that there was a documentary on Netflix about her. So as soon as I finished the movie, when I screened it like a couple weeks ago, I went and watched the documentary, and I highly encourage those of you who haven't seen it to watch it, because I feel that it gives a really well-rounded sort of picture of her story. It's called Untold Deal with the Devil, and it was made before Jim Martin died. So it came out in
he's
2018. He died in
Spoilers.
Nice.
December. Well, he died in December.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Scumbag.
Well, I know, piece of shit. But
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Well-
Yeah.
Spoilers. No.
yeah, I know. Well, I mean, it's the story
No,
of a true
I know.
life
I'm
person.
just
So
being sarcastic.
his death is not depicted in the movie though, because it's supposed to,
No.
it carries through shortly after. It carries through until shortly after
I'll
the events
say-
happen.
This was also, I think, the most vocal audience of a mystery movie night that I've attended.
Oh wow.
How so? And can we talk about it right now, or do you want?
Well, I can wait. I don't want to spoil anything,
Okay.
but yeah, it was very vocal during it and at the end of it. So
all right, you got to
we'll wait.
you got to go into it.
I'll go into detail.
Do we
as
want to
we're
say
going.
what we felt about it? Because I feel like we might be a little divided. I got the sense from Deleted based on some stuff he was saying. I was like, I have no, like, did we watch the same movie? What was going on? What were
I'm
we
getting a
talking
sense
about?
we should talk more about the events before giving
we-
our
okay.
2 cents.
All right.
I think we should
Cool.
give just a more in-depth context. It just feels like
Okay.
a movie to do that for. Yeah.
So, okay, well,
Sin, you
Christy?
seem to know it pretty well. Like
I mean, I've
when
seen
I'm
it twice.
listening to what you're saying about
Ladies
her,
first.
doing these fights and specific names. I didn't commit that to
Oh,
memory.
Yeah,
don't
go
do-
for it.
Stop it.
Please do.
Deleted.
Yes. All right.
Deleted. Make me small.
It's
I'm not
all
going to say
you.
anything.
Okay.
I'm not going to say.
All right.
Okay. So, what the hell was I getting ready to say? Okay. So she ended up. All right. She was this boxer, just doing little small time boxing stuff, get a little bit of money, but that was not her job. But she got noticed, and around that same time, obviously in the story, we're also very clearly informed that she's a lesbian, and she gets
No,
noticed.
she could be bi.
Yeah.
I know she's gay. She's gay. She
But-
says in the documentary, I'm gay. Like she does not say I'm bi at all.
But either way, I think
She
very
was in the
clearly off
closet. Yeah.
either way off the offset. She's a very small town area, and
Yes.
even within her family, I
They
think she's
do
had
not.
struggles of fitting
Yeah.
in or feeling accepted. And
But you get that early on because
Yeah,
her mom, the way
Yeah.
her mom is, oh, we've heard talk about you and this girl, So She gets noticed.
The mother's awful.
The mother was.
Oh my gosh.
The mother. This is one complaint I had about the film. She was so one note.
Yeah.
When you watch the documentary, obviously those flaws are still there, but she's definitely more nuanced as a person because people generally are. You know what I mean?
I'll say that even if you completely, I'm not getting into right, wrong, whatever, otherwise, but even if you completely disagree of something, like I just could not. There's some moments where I'm like, how could you look at your daughter, your child that way?
Christy went to her telling her this stuff that was going on, and she didn't. Oh,
and
anyway.
like blames her, and I'm like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know how that could ever happen.
I think her mother wanted so bad for her daughter to have a normal, relationship and a normal life.
A normal life. She was willing to. Okay.
Overlook.
Yep,
anyway, so Christy ends up marrying her trainer, Jim Martin. And very early on, it's clear he's not right. There were warning signs early on, but she married him out of convenience. She says, this is what she says herself. She married him out of convenience. And because he was so, in charge of and in control of her career, she was kind of trapped in this marriage. I mean, they got married in like 91 or something. Whatever. They were married more than 25 years.
Huge age gap, by the way.
Yeah.
Around
Very,
15
very
to
big.
20 years.
Well, more than 20 years.
Really?
He was in his
Okay.
40s, and
There you
she
go.
was in her early 20s when
But
they got
that's
married.
kind of like the thing you see where if she's coming out of like feeling disjointed and like not accepted in her own family, there's all that going on. And then at the very beginning, he's showing signs of like finally believing in her kind of a thing. And whether
so
she
there
kind of
were
latches
those
onto
moments.
that, and then
she felt
kinda takes over.
appreciated a bit, but he also showed all these other terrible
Absolutely.
signs. So it
Absolutely.
was just like crazy. And it got, and he was abusive, he was controlling, he was stealing from her, and she ended up deciding she was going to leave him, and then things escalated very badly from there. But she was a big, huge deal. This is something cool, you guys. So she fought Layla Ali in 2003. And when I went and watched the documentary, Layla was in there, as was Mike Tyson. And Ali actually ended up deciding to fight, not because her dad was a fighter, but because she saw Christy fight. I thought that was very interesting bit of trivia.
Now, I got a quick question about this, because the fight where she headlined for Mike Tyson, that was Tyson versus
She was the
Evander.
undercard. No, that was not Evander. It was Bruno, I think. They mentioned Evander in another fight.
It was a later one.
It was a later fight. Yeah.
I thought that was the one where he bit his ear off.
The one with
That might have been what they
Holyfield,
were referring to, but that one that
yeah.
she got her first break was not that
that was,
one.
I think, was someone named Bruno or something.
Frank
Because I saw
Bruno.
on the card it said Tyson Bruno or something.
It was earlier on in his career, but Tyson was like the big hot. I mean, that was a huge deal. I don't care how far on the undercard you are. If you were on an undercard for something like that on a pay-per-view, that was a big deal.
And
Still is
you
a big
guys,
deal, but-
when I finished watching this movie, I did a search. Who was the greatest female boxer? So one of the ones that pops up is Clarissa Shields. If you guys remember, there was that movie about her.
Also
And
a
then-
mystery movie.
Also a mystery movie. This
I
one
did
is
think of the
tons-
fire inside. That's
Yeah,
what
I did
was
too. I
thinking
think
about.
I mentioned that in my own review. I think this one was tons better than the Fire Inside.
Yes.
Personally,
I agree.
I think. Do we all agree on that?
I definitely do. But also, I look. Sometimes it will say Ali is like the greatest female fighter. But when you look at their records, the reason they're saying this, okay, Clarissa won Olympic medals. That's apparently a big, huge deal. But when you look at their records, Christy like blows all of them out of the water with the number of fights she had and the number of wins she had. So she was really, and she was fighting into her 40s.
And I'm not,
So-
Which was unbelievable to me because,
Right.
from my layman understanding, boxers they retire mid 30s. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
perception.
it's hard to. There's
It's
not a
hard to
long
go
that
shelf
far
life
into your
for
career.
boxing.
Maybe even before that. Probably.
Yeah, probably like late 20s, early 30s.
There you go. Yeah.
And I'm not even into boxing, Fletcher, but it's just stuff I picked up when I was watching the movie, and then watching the documentary. Please go watch the documentary, you guys, if you haven't already. I definitely.
I have it
encourage
tagged
you
to watch
do
because
that.
you were saying the other day that it was a must watch after this one.
Yeah. Oh,
I
and by
just
the
found it
way,
on the high seas. So
the girl that did a fist bump at the end, I think that was the real Christy.
Correct.
By the way, yeah.
Hmm.
Because when I saw it the second
working
time,
at the
when
working at the
she-
ring.
when Christy was getting ready to come out
At the
For
final.
to her,
for
to
the
her
final
last
moment,
fight,
yeah. In the
That was
tunnel.
her?
and she said, "Go get him, champ," or something. That was Christy. But I didn't. The first time I saw it, I didn't know that because I didn't know what Christy looked like. Then I saw
didn't
the
either.
documentary, and then it was last night. I said to my movie buddy, "I said, that's Christy Martin. That's the actual woman." So I thought that
Oh,
was
that's cool.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
didn't. That's cool that she was able to be a part of it.
Yep.
They actually didn't use the best pictures of her at the end of the movie.
Well, just real
Yeah,
life.
just kind of
I
a
mean,
little recap.
No,
believe
no,
me, you can
'cause
take a look at a
I-
lot of pictures of me and be like, that wasn't the best picture.
Oh, hey, Chris.
I Googled it and I was like, oh, I mean, there's like a big difference.
I
Hey, Chris.
don't know if she's gonna get it because I don't know because it's Sydney Sweeney. But she was good in here. I personally think I resonated more with her performance in Eden. But she was really good in here. I do have some complaints though, not about her. It's not her fault, but y'all, she wasn't convincing as a 40-something-year-old woman.
Oh no, this movie suffers a huge issue
not
with okay, so
buy it.
it starts hold on. It starts in 1989,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Which is
she's 21.
yeah. And then all the way to 2010, literally no one in this movie ages.
Yeah.
There is
I know,
just
not
even
no
Jim.
aging
Pull off.
process.
Not even
in this
Jim. I
movie.
mentioned that in my review whenever I
Maybe
put
they
it
all
up.
have Botox. Jeez.
Back
be
then.
Botox
Oh,
shaming.
they also got her age wrong when she goes to talk to Don King and he asks how old she is. This was in '95, and he asked how old she was, and she said 24, sir. No, she was a
Like
little older
27,
than.
right?
Yeah, she would have been because she was born in '68. So
Well, they take liberties
you know who
sometimes
I
with
think
movies,
should
too.
get an Oscar nom, Chris? If you're still here, I think Ben Foster.
See,
Oh.
I didn't even know Ben Foster
Neither
was
did I.
until just now.
Yeah, it took a bit for me
And
to
it took
realize
me
who
a
he
second to
was.
put his name with it. I'm like, I know that voice.
He was just like
I
he
know the
melted
voice.
right into that role. Oh, he was terrible. He was good, but he was. Ooh.
Oh, he played a great.
And you guys, when
terrible
you watch
person.
the documentary, you will see that exact same. Like he captured that guy very well because he is such a smug turd. Like really taking pretty much no actual responsibility for the way things ended up. Yeah, he was terrible guy.
Prior to doing this live stream, I looked at a 48 hours brief documentary, maybe 10, 15-minute report. And it had the interview with Christy, showed well, not to spoil what other things I saw. So for the audience that doesn't know, we can get into what the advertisements and the promos, the trailer doesn't show, which is this movie is not ultimately a boxing movie. This is a movie about domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know. I was like, oh, okay, it's, overcoming adversity. She's lesbian, great, whatever. And then it just like took a hard left turn off a cliff.
Hey.
I was like, whoa.
You know something that I heard? So, Anthony, I don't know if you guys know Anthony A. Perez. He writes for Latino Slant. He has his channel, but he went to the screening of this and Christy Martin was there.
Oh, wow.
And they don't show this in the movie, but he did her dog in.
The same night?
I don't know when it happened because I don't know when. It's just that he did. He did her.
It does disappear from the movie.
And there's no, I wonder if that's a scene that was cut out. Because
Maybe they thought
why
that was too
would
much
they-
for the movie or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that would just underscore what a heinous person he
Oh my
was.
gosh, yeah. If some other things we do see in the movie doesn't put an
Right, if you
exclamation
don't know
point
it by
behind
then.
that,
I mean, you
multiple
as soon
times
as
through
you
the
saw
movie.
him, you knew he was just the way he treated her when he first saw her, and then the way he turned around and changed his whole attitude when the bigger guy came up and was talking.
Oh
Can we,
yeah,
can
yeah.
we say he
Oh, yeah.
groomed her?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. He was a leech.
Yeah.
He groomed her and like just leeched off of her for a while. I mean,
Oh, she was his meal ticket.
oh yeah.
There was an interview that I just watched where she was on Conan O'Brien in the 90s, circa 1998. After seeing this movie, it recontextualized it because
Oh.
Conan O'Brien literally asked her about the moment that she met her trainer husband, and she recanted this story, which happens in the movie, of when she enters the gym, and Jim says to the male counterpart she's going to train with, try to just break her ribs.
Yeah.
She literally
Get her out
said
of here
that on
quick.
Conan O'Brien. The audience not finding it funny. She's kind of playing it off as if it is like a funny story. And Conan O'Brien's trying to make it seem like it's a funny story. Nice guy. Anyway, it's like that type of thing. And you can see these other things she's talking about where you see a bit of insight into their dynamic that it just becomes, it's awkward. That is an awkward interview that she had in Conan O'Brien. And it's, you can check that out.
This is all pre-Harvey Weinstein, though. Who knows if Conan O'Brien was involved?
Yeah, well.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien?
Yeah. Okay.
You were just talking about Conan O'Brien, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the show that she
Well,
was
he's
on.
trying to like play it off. This is all pre.
Well, probably
Harvey,
because
you
it
know.
was so awkward what
Oh,
she
okay.
said.
Yeah.
Right.
Like saying that her husband to be told the training guy to try to break her ribs. Now they don't mention that in the documentary, but what they do mention in the documentary is that, so the time when he was sparring with her, he knocked her down in the movie, but
Yeah.
apparently in real life he actually just knocked her flat out. He knocked her out.
Well, he pretty much did that, and he was like, "Oh, she just walked into my punch. It was her fault," kind of a thing. And I'm like, classic scumbag saying, "Oh, it's their fault." Like, I didn't mean to do that. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like,
Gaslighting.
How do you spar as like a female boxer versus a male boxer? Like, do they have to like down weight the guy?
Well, sometimes they
Surely
spar
they do.
against somebody that's tough, like that is physically stronger than them, because
It's
when
going to make
they,
them stronger.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you.
Or they get knocked the fuck out.
Well, okay, but in true sparring, they're just like, okay, they got the headgear on, things like that.
Oh.
I'm not saying you can't get hurt, but I think it's kind of an unknown of like, you're helping this person train, don't try to jack them up, like we want them to be walking out of the ring and fighting, but sometimes you rise to the occasion, like your competition. And so if you're fighting somebody stronger than you, it's kind of like stories of people, trying to, I always think of like baseball too. Like sometimes they'll like bring in college players to pitch against high school players, because all of a sudden when they go to play a high school game, the pitches seem slow because they can throw a lot faster. And everything. So if you got somebody that's faster and throwing stronger punches, and this is not this or that, it could be two guys there. But if you get somebody that's a step above you that can really push you to your limits, but you're also in a environment where you're not going to get just knocked complete. Well, you're not supposed to get knocked completely out. That can really raise your game, because all of a sudden when you're fighting somebody that they still could be better than you, but maybe you were fighting somebody better than them, and you're used to like punches coming faster, coming harder. And
I mean, what was the weight disparity between her and Layla
a lot.
Ali?
a lot.
30
was like,
pounds.
what?
They never
Yeah.
should have fought.
Yeah.
And you know what?
They
I
never
thought
should have fought.
I thought that was made up. I thought that was totally dramatized, like when they were putting stuff all in her outfit.
They're putting fucking coins
They
where
were
she
putting
has
coins
army
to make her-
fatigues on.
Yeah.
But
She had
then go onto
combat
the
boots.
the
She had combat
scale.
boots on.
And I'm
thought
just
they-
thinking, is that how they really conducted themselves back in the 90s?
Actually, yes.
Absolutely
It shows that-
fucking absurd.
It
long as they can
shows
get the
that
fight going.
In the documentary, I thought that was totally dramatized.
The
I'm like,
boxing league or whatever?
surely they would never let her get on there without all that, wearing all that stuff. And yes, they did, because
They
there
did.
is a
Absurd.
Yeah.
scene from it.
It's absurd.
Agreed.
That blew my mind. I wanted to answer the question. I did not see The Rock's movie, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But also there was a question about Ben Foster that someone, I don't know whose channel it was on, was asking, would he get nominated, or was he too hateable? I think he deserves the nomination.
He might. Yeah. I think it
the
yeah.
real documentary for that one is quite good too, if you haven't seen it.
For what?
Smashing Machine.
Oh, for Smashing Machine. Oh, there's a
because that whole
documentary?
movie's based on the documentary that came out
okay.
way earlier, and that one is the true story where the guy that was following him wanted to make the documentary. He goes, this turned into a way different documentary than I ever thought it was going to. He did not know about a lot of the other things that end up coming forward with it. But anyway, that's a great documentary as well if you want to check one out to compare the movie to the real, like a more real life documentary of it. Sorry, be quiet now.
It's okay.
What did everybody think of Don King, or the guy that played Don King?
I thought he was hilarious.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought it was
I
Don
thought he
King.
was like, nope,
I thought
nope.
it was the real Don King, and then
Because,
he
you
went
know, Jim also
played the
would-
part again.
he would act like, oh, you know, I can just make a call to Don King anytime. And
And then when it
lying
happens
through his
outside
face.
of his,
It's like, nope, never met
No,
you.
it's like,
Nope.
yeah, we met. He was like, nope.
okay, one of the
You were in the crowd. Nope.
one of many scenes that I really enjoyed was Don King. Like later when he was like, first he was like, if you ever bring my name up again and about money I'm paying you in front of the press again, we're done. And she looks over because it was Jim's idea.
It was his idea.
Yeah, because he was like,
Yeah.
oh, you'll get more money. But then right after that, they have the next contract, and he goes and holds the contract out. And Jim goes to grab it, and he pulls it away.
Pulls it away from
and he
him. Yeah,
goes,
gives it
and
to
he
her.
like reaches it way over to her. And I was like, I don't
Good.
know. Yeah.
Don
He
King
picked-
knew.
Yeah, I
He
think
knew.
picked
He had
up.
an instinct
Well,
about
he's
that
seen
guy.
it before. I mean,
Yeah.
how many stories do you hear about fighters getting just ripped off and scammed by family or like trainers or like promoters? Or it's, I'm sure he's seen it. I'm not saying he did it, but I'm just saying like he's probably seen it all, you know, like people being through all that, the ringer with those things.
Yeah.
Yes, the ringer.
I mean, and how could the parents leave her with like somebody who's like 20 years her senior? That's something I didn't understand.
Well, I think her mom was just like getting her away from that town because she was so like bent against her friend or whatever you know, she wanted her away from that area to kind of disconnect her. Because right before there, wasn't she like forbidding her to ever see her again kind of a thing? And this would be an opportunity where she'd be further away.
At one point, they were going to send her to a priest
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't
for
work.
like an exorcism.
But so I think that's why she probably did some things that you normally would not do. Or, like I said, she was a nasty person too in this movie. Real life, who knows? But that movie,
She was
nasty person.
very flawed in real life. You can tell. You can pick up on it.
But that's where I think
ooh,
she
in
was
this
just like,
film.
it's so far away, it will get her away, and everything will change. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's also why she was like, when she was talking, Christy was talking about like how much her mother loves him, and like, but that's where I think she didn't want to see some of the bad things, because she's like, oh, she's making some money, she's married and to a guy, and she's off, and you know, like shutting off just putting the blinders on for any red flags that are flying around with things.
Well, it's like, oh, I almost said something, but like what she said to her mom at the end.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I
I don't know
actually-
how much of this do we want to
I don't know.
get
Do you want to
into
go around
for
just
people-
even general thoughts
for people who
before
don't?
we?
Okay.
Before we
dig
dig
Yeah,
it.
I want to hear from Deleted. He's been pretty
All right.
silent.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I saw the documentary afterwards.
Ah.
Me that I felt that the movie either flat out didn't mention, or I felt that the movie kind of glossed over a little bit. And then there were parts where I was like, oh, come on, this can't be real. Because it's just, there seems to be a theme to movies this year, which is bad decision making.
Well,
There was definitely
Well,
bad
I mean,
decisions.
there has to be
I-
bad decision making within storytelling. in
Well,
general.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was, but it
Christy
also
didn't
was
make
rooted in real life. Like I would have never gone back to the house the way she did.
No.
I never
So
would have
that's the
sit.
that's
See,
the
you
thing.
know-
That's what he's talking about. I think.
Yeah,
Deleted
yeah,
is talking
That's,
about, yeah.
that's one thing.
In the
But I think that
documentary,
really
she
that
she
happens
said,
though.
I know,
Yeah.
but in the documentary, she said something to him right before the very second thing he did. She goaded him on. It's like, you stupid, like she
Well,
had
what has she been trained and groomed to do the whole time? She was
to
trash
fight.
talking fighters
fight
and
and
like
trash talk, but
yeah,
it's like,
like go
ooh.
up even going up against Ali, like going up somebody that's way bigger and tougher, and you got to go in there and talk trash and like goad them on, and so I think that's probably just fallen into what kind of time period are we talking about there from when she's 24 to when that happened?
in early 40s.
Yeah, so that's a lot of years of just being beaten over the head.
Yeah,
of
it
like,
definitely
this
did
is
seem to
this
change
is
her.
what you do.
She didn't seem to be that way in the very beginning, and it's just like it kind of his influence over her and the toxicity of their relationship made her
Yeah.
a very hostile person.
Toxic is a good way to say it. And there are parts of this movie, and I get that they're true. But man, there are some awkward moments in this movie where I was like uncomfortable sitting in the theater with people seeing some of the things that were going on, which is weird because I'm usually the hit me with your best shot guy. I can take it, and then there are just times where I was like, this is really getting kind of unpleasant now, and I just
it
I
gets
kind of
unpleasant.
Definitely.
I kind of want to go, and can we just ask the people in the theater to just move, and I can just have like a private screening, and then they can come back.
No.
But
No,
I think they're just trying to drive home like how bad of a
Yeah.
situation that was.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's
for-
supposed
and
to
how
be.
long
It's
of a
supposed to be
time it was going on
uncomfortable.
for.
And I have some questions about those moments that are not really clear as to what the hell was really. Why was this happening?
yeah,
We'll get to that.
yeah. Why do that?
So overall,
No.
overall deleted. Before we like dig into like dissect like some of the scenes and stuff, overall
Yeah.
feeling of the movie, like, didn't like, in between, what
In between, because I feel like documentary did a better job of telling a story in half time.
Yeah, it did. The documentary is like a little bit more than an
Yeah.
hour, 15 or 10. Maybe.
Yeah. I felt like the movie might have dragged a little bit, but at the same time, I don't know where they could have cut, because you do need all of this information.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's a lot that the movie leaves out. The
So
situation with the dog, her stroke later on,
That's
which the
right.
movie doesn't get into.
That's right. That was that.
And I think they
her
were kind
hand.
of leaning. They
Yeah.
were kind of leaning
happened to her
into a
hand.
couple different fights where they really emphasized and like did kind of like a slow motion of like getting the hit and
Yeah.
emphasizing the damage that can
The
occur.
fight with Ali, because that really
well, even
messed her
before
up.
her, she was
The one
taking
with the
some
bloody
hits.
nose. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
She was known for having a very profusely bloody nose when it would get
Yes,
hit,
she mentioned that at some point.
Yeah.
which created a good show for the audience that were watching the fights.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What are other people's thoughts? Like overall,
Paul, did you give your 2 cents about the movie yet?
No.
Thank you. I don't.
Are you-
I want
thought-
5 cents from you, Paul. Not
5
2
cents?
cents. 5
Yeah,
cents.
That's good.
Let's
That's good.
bring it.
Maybe I'll give you a
Give
whole
me a
dime.
nickel. Come on.
Yeah, I'll give you the whole dime. So this was like one of those movies where I'm like, I had no intention of seeing this movie. I went in completely blind. Obviously, it's a mystery movie, and I had absolutely no idea like about anything. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's like a lesbian thing. Great, blah blah blah, overcoming adversity, and then Is there somebody? Like,
I'm
drinking
sorry.
water?
That is Levi.
Yeah, that sounded. Paul started talking about a lesbian thing, and then you start hearing noises like that. That's really.
Stop. Let me keep going. It's not what you thought. Keep going. Go.
He's just my,
my
little dog drinking his water. Get your mind out of the.
It's turning red.
I feel
Corey needs another drink.
I did. I needed to take another drink.
It was then that I realized my channel was doomed. You know.
it got really warm.
It's all subtext.
Then it goes to
you
blank-
think
blank
I
screen
said
of the
something
screen.
inappropriate, but everything was just subtext and innuendo.
This is the reddest I've seen you, Sid.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know. Just like, Levi needs some water and he's just slurping away. I wasn't paying attention to what.
Amazing. He has
Levi.
impeccable timing.
I'm gonna save this clip.
Oh God.
Please,
Oh,
please
okay.
do.
I should.
Sorry,
make this
Paul.
part of my
Carry
intro.
on.
Yeah. So yeah, and it just like veers like off the cliff with the domestic violence thing, and I was like, oh.
hmm
And then my favorite part of the movie actually was when she got up after being like stabbed multiple times and shot, and like she grabs the wrong key and she's like,
Oh, that
And it's
was a
just-
vocal part. Not talking about vocal parts in the movie. That was a
Yeah.
vocal
Okay, yeah.
part. And I all the way around me, I heard people go like gasp, like no,
Yeah.
oh gosh, like no.
well,
But it's real.
everybody-
No, that's
Yeah.
not a horror movie moment where a character makes a stupid decision.
And
That's
they
an
weren't making fun
understandable
of her.
decision because she was disorientated
Yeah,
in
she
the moment.
just
I mean,
grabbed-
she
she
just
How could
lost
you
a lot
even
of
think
blood.
about?
you know.
I probably wouldn't even have thought about grabbing a set of keys on the way out. Like if
Right.
that all happened to you, like, and so like everybody around me, it wasn't like oh she's so stupid or whatever.
No.
It was like oh sweetheart,
oh,
like
no.
oh why
Yeah.
why did that
Yeah.
have to happen on top of all this?
Well,
Like
everybody jumped when he shot her.
I had a lot of gasps
Oh, yeah.
when the stabbing started.
Mhm.
All right, now we're officially
obviously.
into spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my
Audience.
bad.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean,
That was
it's,
that was that was.
I'll stop
that was
talking.
my fault.
no,
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 that's
it's
fine.
okay. It's just
This-
no,
is,
I jumped into that.
this
This
is a
is
true
all-
story. So
this is a true story, folks.
Yeah.
This is all
if
out
you look
there.
her up, you're going to see all this stuff.
A Google search will show you all of this. We're
Yeah.
not saying anything out of school, So
Yeah.
it's kind of like spoiling Oppenheimer. The bomb goes off.
Right, exactly.
what?
Yeah.
Well, what about all the stuff like with the betraying and the taking away his security clearance?
Yeah, when the movie should have ended before that started. Yeah.
Very overrated.
Yeah, I'm not scolding Corey for that. There's some people that won't know because I didn't know.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that.
So when I saw that moment, and yeah, you're right, Corey. There were people in my theater that when Jim came right at her with the
Well, there's facts and then there's facts.
Yeah, I saw that part of the trial that's not in the movie, but in the 48 hours report of how he testified and how his defending lawyer pitched it, and it's
How did he die in
ultimate-
prison?
He just, I don't
Good
know. He was
question.
an old man. I don't know
Right.
what it was that.
She
that
made
killed him.
she was actually comforted and was fine with the 25-year sentence because she knew that he was going to die.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
you-
I
you know
almost
what-
thought, I don't know, when that popped up, I almost thought, I was like, that seems short to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
He described it as them. It was described as
I
them
thought we
having
were-
a fight, but
Right.
he attacked her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the sense like it can be frustrating comparing what actually happened in real life to the movie because it's not going to be an exact facsimile of everything. There's things that were said when she left the court, like got up from the witness stand and passed him at his table. She said, "Go burn in hell." That's not in the movie.
No, they left. They
So,
left a lot of stuff out.
I
but
think
the-
they
wouldn't
they
blame
they
her one bit for
softened. Hey,
saying that.
check this out. They softened the blow of the kind of like strong personality and aggressiveness that she has in real life or had back then.
I would not have held that against her one bit if she's.
I'm not holding
she
her
said
against
that.
her.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there's a slight alteration to Sydney Sweeney's portrayal.
She did
of the
still.
character.
I will say that. So if we're going into that court scene a little bit, not to go into too much detail, but she went at him a bit with that, and I was glad to. There's people
Yeah, and that's good. Yeah,
there was
yeah.
people
She's calling
applauding.
him, yeah,
There was-
motherfucker. Blah,
and
blah,
they
blah.
did make her. They did call her down in the the trial.
Yeah,
that
they
was her
were like-
witness. That was her witness, like her. How they give like a witness statement or whatever.
But they
And
were like,
they shouldn't have called her down like that. She had every right to say.
Well,
what
the
she-
judge in
objection
real
and
life
sustained, and
Yeah, the judge said sustained, which is essentially saying, "Shut up, let her
yeah,
speak."
you got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And but there was a lot of cheers throughout that section of it too, because that was finally because there's earlier parts in the movie where I heard people verbally like yell out like knock him the F out, like you have the power to, you can do that. You've taken on these stronger people. But I think that's where we're talking about how much older he was, how young she was when it was definitely a grooming situation. And even if she physically could have had no problem with him, I think sometimes mentally, when somebody is in that position for so long, it's just hard to understand. But that person has control over them in a way.
Here's the thing that I really wonder about that the movie has just delves zilch into, which I think there is in real life an aspect or dysfunction with her relationship with her father. This movie does not portray that at all. It actually portrays the father as very loving. And I don't think that is the way it was. And the hint that I got was in the 48 Hours report, he was ostracizing her just the same as her mother.
I think in the movie they kind of did a swing with him because at the beginning I think he was.
But he didn't. This is the thing they got away with is that he didn't say a lot.
But maybe that's
he didn't.
But maybe that's the negative. He didn't say something.
I get the sense. I'm not saying this is a fact. I'm just saying I get a sense with the way that she was seeking a masculine figure and she allowed herself to get into that situation with Jim. You know, I'm not victim blaming. It's like everything that he fucking did is like that's on him, and you know, he should have gotten, death penalty would have been appropriate.
I thought they were in Florida. I thought that was that's what happens in Florida.
Only if you kill somebody. He didn't kill her.
He just attempted, apparently.
So
probably gotten like life.
Sorry. I just want to finish the point of I'm just being real. I understand why she stayed because I know what it's like for people to stay in dysfunctional situations and for it to go on continuously. And I was even asking myself, even knowing that while watching the film, how could someone stay in that situation who has all this money, she has so many resources and people that she could reach out to, her boxing team, which at one point she doesn't, but someone from her boxing team puts out olive branch to see if she's okay and to know that I think he does it twice, maybe.
The guy with like the really cool hair.
The Elvis impersonator.
Was it Big Al or something or Big Tony or I can't remember.
Something
No,
along
wasn't
those
that
lines.
He looked like Meatloaf.
My hard stop is now. Sorry,
Oh.
deleted. Or Paul, I just saw your question in the private chat. So I'm going to hop out. Y'all carry on. Continue this conversation.
Sit
I would
really
love
quick.
to
Thumbs up,
stay,
thumbs
but
down. Recommend it. before you're out?
I would recommend it.
Okay.
I think if you like drama films, sports biopics, whatever, films that tackle this sort of subject matter, I recommend it. It's definitely better than the Clarissa Shields, for sure. And watch the documentary on Netflix. That gave me a better appreciation for the movie, I think, and also seeing it a second time helped me appreciate it a little bit more too. Not that I disliked it. It's just not necessarily subject matter I'm super into, But I recommend personally.
I'm disappointed you're leaving because
I'm
I
sorry.
think there's more stuff that we could talk about.
I
It's a
know,
great movie.
I
You
would
know
like
more
to-
about it, I think.
I have a live stream at 8, so
Okay.
this
Yeah.
is one of those nights. There's that overlap, so I can't be
That's
too
right.
loquacious, unfortunately. But
Well, thanks for hanging out.
yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
y'all carry on.
See you Thursday.
See you Thursday. Bye.
There you go. We're going to
care.
talk more about this.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Bye, Sin.
And then there were 4.
And then there was a sausage fest.
So
I got to bring a little bit of levity to the whole thing.
Please.
And I got to be that guy to say that girlfriend that came back, she was kind of cute.
Not at all the way that she looked in real life. The actresses
I'm sure.
portraying lesbians in movies don't actually look that way in real life. We got Sydney Sweeney, yada yada yada. You get the point.
I've
I see
seen
what you're
some hot
talking
ones
about.
in real life. I've seen some
But
hot
just to
ones.
finish up the point that I was talking about is it just does happen. People will stay in a dysfunctional relationship. Why? Because that's their mode of operation that they've been suited into, and they don't want to leave because it makes them uncomfortable. It'll put them in an uncomfortable situation that it is unknown. You're right. So when someone gets into a groomed situation like that at a young age, yeah, that's going to happen. But I think there was an escalation of her trying to stand her ground by we see it in the film where she said she's fed up and she's going to leave. but she ends up coming back, which again is a remnant of someone who is not fully committing to what they should do, which is completely cut the ties. You don't go back. She foolishly, it was a foolish choice, and that's the fact of the matter. After this man said multiple times, and she stated this in real life in interviews, that she thought it was a joke, where he would say, if you leave me, I'm going to kill you. And finally, in a moment of actual heated argument, he restates this again to her, and she says, you do what you have to do. Like, she probably didn't believe him, but that is, damn, you need to believe someone if in the middle of an argument they actually say that. You do not go back. But she does. And and then the worst happens. So that's why someone like will stay in a very dysfunctional situation or relationship. Yeah,
Sorry,
these
Kyle.
things happen. You're good.
I just went down the wrong way.
What's your final wrap up of it, Kyle? Like,
Are we
like,
are we
like-
finishing up soon? What is our time cap
but I
here?
mean, just like overall feel, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
or if we don't want to get into that yet, but I knew I wanted to hit that with Sin before she took off, but I'm just trying to get a feel for what everybody overall felt about it.
I thought it was fantastic. It showed like a bad situation. And I don't know. I came away from that and I was like, whoa. Like, and it there hasn't been too many movies that I was like, oh. And yes, going back to that Clarissa Shields movie, I'm like, this is like exponentially better.
Yeah, and part of it, look, when you compare Fire Inside with this, look, there's a dramatic difference. Nobody is almost murdered in
Right.
Fire Inside.
Right.
So you're dealing with that comparison where some people, they just want those kinds of stories. And so it's hard to compare it in that way. But Fire Inside, we actually did delete it. That still exists, is available. We did that a while back. A
that
live
was when
stream
I was
on
in
it.
Texas. That was December.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, you were at your hotel, and then a day or before or after, then we sat down.
You came to pick me up like right after.
Right, yeah. And then I think that was the night we did the recording, so that was cool.
Wait, was it the night where we had that technical fail, or the night after we had the actual?
Which technical fail?
We couldn't get the mics working.
I'm having trouble recalling. I'm not sure.
I want to say like the first night we had problems with the mic and we just like sat around the fire and just hung out. And
'Cause
then
I think we did that 2 days. Yeah,
Yeah.
for 2 days. That was good. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I gotta come down there again. We gotta discuss some other movies.
Yeah, I had the new setup, sort of a different camera angle now that I'm settled onto. It's good. Anyway, tertiary to the actual conversation about Christy.
Yeah.
This is better than Fire Inside because of that part of that aspect. And
I mean,
another
but
one,
as far as like taking the boxing out of it, it's a really well told story about domestic violence.
yeah, I agree.
Like they're two different movies. The same topic being boxing,
Women,
But
a
two
woman in boxing.
two completely different actual themes and stories.
Yeah, I mean the commonality is that there are
They're
familial
women and
issues
boxers,
and
that's it.
dysfunction in family, with family matters,
Yeah, that's
etc.
about it.
But
Yeah, what up, Wells?
yeah, it's
Take care, Willis.
it's so one thing that I'm gonna be probably alone on saying, I'm gonna be in the minority of saying, is one thing I saw the movie saying, maybe it's not intentional, but it gave an impression that the movie is saying that, oh, if she had just been a lesbian, no bad things would have happened to her whole life. Because the movie buttons with that multiple times in terms of like, then she became, she got back together with this person, and they even have the moment in the movie where there's been no indication that the person that she ends up marrying, that there were any romantic
who did she
back and
marry
forths. It was
in the movie?
it was the woman that
Lisa
was
Wilson.
with her at the
Wait,
end of the hospital. But there's
Bet
just
she
this
boxed.
one. There's just this one
Yeah.
moment where all of a sudden they have an exchange, and then they stare at each other, and then they get up from their chairs, and that's supposed to be like the seed of, oh, now there's a romantic angle to this. that felt
you're
all of
saying
a
there was no-
sudden.
That's
okay.
the
Well, there is no
that's-
setup.
That's one of the things where I thought the movie just kind of glazed over.
Yeah.
It doesn't go into it. It's just like
Or there was no build up.
boom, and they're married. There's no build up.
Yeah.
There's no build up to it.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
I thought they was gonna
there's
get back
there's
together
a lot of
with that cute high school friend.
Well, in real life, she did for a while, but again, something that the movie leaves out.
Mhm.
And I
well,
don't know.
There's only so much you can fit into a 2-hour movie.
Granted, but that was kind of the problem with it. Is it felt like, at least to me, it felt like they spent too much time on certain things and not enough on others. I know you're not going to get to everything. There's going to be composite characters. It falls into some of the traps that a lot of biopics do. This does not like break the mold on how to make a Hollywood biopic. It's pretty much all of the tropes. I'm nobody. I'm famous. I'm on drugs. I'm on a shit relationship. I get out of it. End of movie. It's.
Thankfully, they don't
fall into
delve
those
too
tropes.
much into the drug aspect, because what you're saying is very accurate in terms of the tropes of a biographical film. There were drugs involved, but they don't make it so that she's like,
That it's all about that.
she ends up behind
No.
next to a dumpster, and she's sweating and she's down and out and blah 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 blah. It's
No.
not that
Like,
type of
again,
situation.
That's
It's
heroin.
more about
They were doing coke.
right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that was more about an element of control that the antagonist was implementing. So it was actually more dynamic than just, the main character is getting into drugs because they don't feel satisfied with their life.
Heroin makes you desperate. Cocaine makes you fun.
Well, we don't
And
really
hello.
see that when it comes to Christy.
I know.
Which we got to ask the question about the things that Jim was taping and having Christy do, because
Yeah.
I wondered about that.
That was weird. That was straight up weird. Was he gay?
That is an implication, not from. I didn't get the sense from the movie, aside from that, which we need to mention. So if there are any kids watching, put on your earmuffs.
Yeah.
He had
From
what,
the
like,
48 Hours documentary, that was a
cucumber in
question that was asked to Christy, and she didn't really state emphatically, but she gave instances to imply that it is possible. So anyway, the moment in the movie that you're referring to, Paul, is just it's like 10 seconds at most, where we see him filming with a VHS camera. She
that was
walks
one-
into a room and she's got
like a
briefs on,
cucumber. Yeah.
and she's got a dildo underneath it sticking out.
Couldn't
And
be
she-
cucumber, man. Maybe they couldn't afford plastic.
No, that was an actual. No, it was an actual thing.
I'm looking around, man. At this point,
But she comes towards the camera and he kind of like directs her of what to do, and then that's it. We cut away. We don't go back to it.
Why-
It's not
well,
talked
you know what,
about.
though? It keeps it tasteful. We don't need to see that.
I wouldn't
get
call
it.
that tasteful.
No, I mean, like, you could have the whole scene, the whole shebang, like, brazzers or whatever, but it just gives you the, okay, this is what happened. Let's just move on.
They don't. There's more to what was going on, I think, and in the interview, in the 48 Hours interview she said, Christy did, the real Christy said, anything that they would do sexually, he would want to use a dildo, and that's where she stopped in terms of details. So that, just saying that
Gives you the
implies a
idea.
lot of what was going on.
Well, by
But the
way,
movie doesn't show that.
what
or
was,
imply
what
or
was the
talk
thing
about.
where he was taping her with the fat guy in the
That was
in the hotel
confusing.
room?
That
Was
was
was that a
it didn't
fetish
have a
thing?
feel.
Was that a fetish thing, or was he?
Because I thought
yeah.
he was gonna hoe her out at that point.
Well,
Right.
And, like, and
the guy
then-
paid. The guy paid.
Right.
Because when they went in,
Yeah.
he paid him money, and before that, when she was saying like, "Can't you get a job? We're having trouble paying the bills," and he's like, "Well, I've told you ways we can make some extra money, but you're not willing to do it," kind of a thing. And like maybe that was a fetish of that guy, because he wasn't just straight up boxing her. I mean, he was groping her and
Yeah, and the
stuff,
guy
too.
was incredibly overweight. It had to have been a fetish thing. But they cut before we see anything. He's kind of like
Implying.
sort of groping her. You see the back of her shorts are kind of
It
coming
wasn't
down.
a boxing
and then,
match.
it was just the kind of tussle that could have turned into him dominating her and assaulting her. But the scene stops.
Deleted
before we
this
see
is
any of that.
so demonetized.
Well, look, this is what's in the movie.
Because I
folks.
said the word
I
assault.
mean,
No, I know. Just
What if I'm talking about food and I said, "Oh, I have a type of salt."
yeah,
put on my food.
See? Yeah.
That's right. No, I know.
So yeah, that's just one of those out of left field. We don't talk about Fight Club moments that happen in this movie. That it just are kind of one again. Like I said, I'm not a teetotaler, guys. I've watched some of the most fucked up movies ever made and liked them, but there were a couple of times in this movie. Yeah, I have. And and there are some genuinely uncomfortable, to me anyway, for some reason, some really genuinely uncomfortable moments in this movie where I was like sinking down in my seat.
Was it other than what
Like
we just
this.
talked about?
It was that scene. It was the dildo scene, because I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
But-
What is with this guy?
No, absolutely.
I mean,
with that,
there's the thoughts that are just running through your head and pictures that you have in your mind that you don't.
Which is why Ben Foster should be nominated. I didn't even have a freaking clue that it was Ben Foster.
He disappears into the character just to say something about the actors.
This is like a
She's
Heath
very
Ledger
good, and so
Joker.
is he.
Yeah, I think both of them did a great job with it. So I'll say overall, I thought it was a great movie. It got me pulled into it, and when they do some storytelling where you start caring about the characters, and when horrible things happen to them, you, like I said, I heard people gasping or cheering or like things like around me, and I could feel some of those things coming out too, where it was just like, oh my gosh, And so by the end, like, not to go back in it again, but when there's that scene at the end with I was, even though a lot of things are off camera, there's quite a bit of stuff that's off camera. I don't know. It got me because I was really caring about that character by that point. And sometimes a lot of newer movies, you get stories where, and I know it's based on a true story, but still it depends a lot on their writing and how they direct it, to get you to have an interest in that character, to have an attachment to them, maybe in a way where when something horrific like that happens, you gasp, and you're taken back a bit. So I thought they did a great job with that. I knew a little bit about the true story ahead of time, but I did not know how far a lot of that stuff went. And it was a very dramatic movie. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, this is at least the second movie where Sydney Sweeney knocked it out of the ballpark, including Eden, that we saw about a bunch of months back.
August.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, she's going from rom-com to horror to drama to like message movies. This was a message movie, meaning not the message, but a message movie.
Yeah.
And it's like a legit message about domestic violence.
Yeah.
And I mean, she just disappeared into the role, but the fact that was Ben Foster, that to me is Heath Ledger as the Joker. Because I didn't see Heath Ledger. I saw the Joker. I didn't see Ben Foster. I saw this scumbag.
I knew the whole time that it was Ben Foster, and I part of it was because I saw the screening pictures that Sydney Sweeney had been posting. But so I don't have that perspective in terms of not knowing if
I didn't know
going
about
in blind
going into it. Yeah.
But I did notice. I think the way that they applied these this transformation to him was a combination of prosthetics and him gaining weight, because I don't think he could fake the under the chin fat, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I did notice that he had applications on his forearms in the same way that Tom Cruise did in Tropic Thunder as Les Grossman. You know, he has these hairy arms and stuff.
I see a picture of it now. Yeah, now I see it.
Well, kind of both of them did. They kind of worked with both of them, I think, physically, but then also whether it was prosthetics or whatever. I think both of them had. They both, like you were. I've heard Paul. I think you were saying disappeared in the role. I think both of them did. Like I wasn't seeing those two actors. I was seeing those characters playing out. You know?
Well, from where Ben Foster has come from, seeing him on Freaks and Geeks as a skinny, frail, mentally challenged child kid in high school, to the
weird.
many acting roles that he has done.
I really like him in Hell or High Water.
Oh,
right, but dude,
movie.
he's. Do you remember him in the Bruce Willis film in A Hostage? He has really dark long hair. He's a psychotic kid.
wow.
Dude. He has such a very variety of roles in his career that he's an underrated actor, I would say. And it's really surprising that he hasn't at least gotten. Tell me otherwise. He hasn't gotten nominated, I don't think.
No, he hasn't, and
That's bullshit.
I can think of at least 2 or 3 movies where he absolutely should have had it. Like, and we.
Oh, hey, faces.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of faces right there.
Did Paul?
We lost
get
Paul.
out? We lost him. What happened?
He'll be back. Okay. I think he's working on some issue backstage. But yeah, I mean, I can think of at least 2 or 3 occasions where I felt Ben Foster had a chance at getting an Oscar nomination. 3:10 to Yuma.
Oh, great. Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Confident villain role. Yeah.
I don't know what just happened there. My camera just like.
It farted.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We were talking about Ben Foster still.
Yeah.
And how he should have been
3:10
nominated for his role in 3:10 to Yuma.
3:10 to Yuma, Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water was phenomenal. By the way, did you guys hear that, what's his name? Taylor Sheridan made a deal with NBC after his contract is up with Paramount?
No, I did not.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it. I don't.
NBC sucks.
NBC sucks. It is full of people that enable not good people. I'll tell you recent events that have occurred that I'll tell you off stream. Let's just say that.
Okay. All right. Well, since I am coming up on kind of a hard out myself, because I do have another program, shameless plug, live from Sparkwood and 21, coming up right after this program, where Troy, Netter, Boomer, and I are going to go back into the world of Inland Empire, and we're going to watch Rabbits. May God have mercy on our souls. Because, well, anyway, just watch. It's going to be a fun one. It'll be on Cosme. Join us there. It may very well be my final broadcast. We'll see. All right. So we will go kind of one more time around the horn with final thoughts on the movie. Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. I was not planning on seeing this movie, as I mentioned before. Brilliant performances by both Sweeney and Foster. I had no idea about any of this, so the movie educated me. I think it provided a really good messaging board for getting help, especially when it's offered to domestic abuse victims. I think all around, I'd give it like a solid 8.5.
Corey.
I thought it was a solid drama. I knew some of the true story, but I didn't know how far a lot of things went that this movie brought out. I thought the acting and it was really good. It was a great movie. It was one that caught me off guard. was caring about characters and hating characters throughout that movie. And anytime you can get like true emotion out while a movie's going on, they did a great job. And so when you got one character that you're just loathing and hating and like, oh my God. And another one where you're, when these horrible things keep on happening, you're gasping or, like, or taken back. It's, they sucked you into the movie, and that they did their job, what they were trying to do. And I thought they totally did that. So, totally think it's worth watching if you're okay with dramas. But I'll say there were some scenes that, I know some people in the theater had a hard time with. And so just know there's definite violence and some scenes in the movie. So just knowing that going into it. But it was a strong drama. I'll say that for sure.
Kyle.
Sydney Sweeney is showing how much she's maturing as an actress. There's some performances that I've seen where she shows that she needs some improvement from years past. But I predicted that as time goes on, she's going to get better as an actress. And it's not because of other people pushing her. I really do think it's a testament to her upbringing and also just her will in general, and being a great businesswoman, because she's producing
smart.
movies too. Yeah. And she's a great role model for women. Within a movie that is it's a cautionary tale of what happens when an impressionable, talented woman is taken advantage of. And to have a better equipped compass to know when to say no, essentially. Yeah. To get out of a shitty situation. Because the movie is really not a boxing movie. It starts off that way. It seems like it's going to be. That it's going to be a female version of Rocky. I mean, even the film, the title of the movie, Christy, it ends with the same sound of Rocky, why, with the same letter. So it's wanting to kind of rope you in that way based off of the way they're promoting it. But I wasn't off-put by the way the movie played out. And I wouldn't say I was pleasantly surprised. No, it's just, it rounds a corner that you're not expecting, but people who listen to this are going to know now. And the way it goes is, it gets intense. It gets intense, and it's a recommend from me. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
But there's there are little details of things that I'm not so sure about. What really is what are like the tertiary messages going on with the film about, like, her, if she had stayed in a lesbian relationship, is that going to, like, fix her life? And I don't think that is the answer either.
But she wouldn't have become a boxer.
And I love that you brought that up, because here's the thing that they make very dynamic or very gray about the Jim character. He starts off, he does something very, psychopathic of, break her ribs, get her out of here. But she is so talented and has such a great right hook, essentially, that she impresses Jim. And then he says, I see something in you. He's actually reinforcing some positivity to her that she needs in her life at that point. So he was an angel at first who became a devil.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
He was the devil all along.
That's one way to look at it. I mean, yeah, because
the devil can tell you some things
you're right. You're right. He was a devil in disguise as an angel. But here's the thing that we don't know. We don't know anything about his life. We don't know anything about where he came from. We don't see any family members, etc. And there's a lot more there.
That's weird that you don't see his family.
And this is another thing that I found out. Apparently, he was married and he has kids. None of that is in this movie.
They
mention it, like, one little brief reference to it.
Yep.
When the big guy,
we don't see it though.
When the big guy meets up with her in the truck,
yeah,
he goes, "Hey, I'm just letting you know, he was taking money off of your fight cards and hiding it and stealing it." And he goes, I don't know if he's sending it to his ex or he's got kids or something. He throws out something like that.
That
That's
was
the
just
only reference they make to
It's
it.
very
Yeah.
short, but
you get
do
lost
throw that.
and that just gets lost in there because it's not expanded on.
I
It just
agree.
gets lost.
But yeah, they
Yeah.
do have a
Yeah.
very short mention
Right.
of that.
Because someone can't tell me that she never met that, like his child, right?
Well, you never know
Or how
if
many
they're in,
kids he
like,
has.
Florida or wherever, and maybe they're in Nebraska. I mean, who knows? Kind of a thing. But
I mean, they were married for like 19 years, right?
well, but
But there's a lot of things that we don't know about that
Yeah.
makes me want to look at the documentary that's in recommended. So
Mhm.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's a
have that
companion piece.
set to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, no, I like I was saying, I thought it was a very strong drama. It hit a lot, no pun intended. It
But why
was a
not?
stronger movie than I was expecting, but I didn't know much about the movie itself. I knew a little bit about the true story, but not how far a lot of things went. But it's a recommend for me too. I thought you don't have to be into sports, like everybody's saying. It's a strong drama and character piece, maybe a little bit. Like I said, like you definitely two characters, well, more than two, but like two right off the bat, our two main. I ended up with a strong hate and a strong like, oh my gosh, is she gonna make it out? I knew the end of the story. I knew anyway. I'm not gonna. I knew the end of the story, but there were some parts where I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen?"
I actually Wikipedia'd it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, is she still alive? Like,
But no, it made me care about characters. So they did a great job with the story, the acting, all the way around, the directing, whatever you want to say. It when it pulls you in, you start caring or hating characters in a movie. They're doing what they were trying to do, but, in my opinion. But
My final thing I want to say is Megan the Texan had an insight when it came to that third act. And she said she wouldn't have been able to survive what she went through with those stabbings and the gunshot had she not been a boxer and had needed to train for so many years to last in those rings for that amount of time. And it was like that was
strong core.
she had 3 minutes, right, to get out of that house or so, and she makes it within that time period. I didn't think about that, and Megan did. Megan actually has a little history in her past when it comes to boxing. Actually, at one point she had pink boxing gloves years back, so that was interesting. She loved the movie, but like she was ear to ear grin when watching.
And you're right.
The boxing sequences, rather.
Yeah. And she did have 3 minutes to get out of there, which is precisely how much time is
around,
in boxing.
And that's why Megan said that.
yeah,
This is great insight she has.
I like that, and absolutely agree completely. But I'll tell you, like at the end of the movie, there was people cheering. I'll say it mine.
Yeah.
I don't have that happen very often in our theaters, but they do. But no, I like that comparison. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah, it would have taken a very strong person to pull through half. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean it's like a nervous laugh. But it's like the half of what she went through. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And anyway, I'll stop talking.
Deleted? We haven't heard your final thoughts.
All right. Final thoughts are, on a whole, I am recommending the movie. I think there are things that are glazed over. And I have a bit of a problem story-wise with that. I shouldn't have to go and seek out a whole other documentary just to fill in the blanks. But see it as a companion piece if you wish to do so. It is on Netflix. It is very good. It takes half the time that this movie does. The movie does feel a little long to me personally. But again, that's me. The acting is very good, in particular Sydney Sweeney and Ben Foster. If they are nominated for this movie, I don't know if they will be. If they are, I'm fine with it. I am concerned that this is a movie that is going to be kind of fall under the radar.
Mhm.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if 4 weeks from now we'll be hearing that it has a digital date.
Mm.
I can
Yeah,
see
which-
that, but I could also see it being a sleeper
A
hit.
sleeper hit. Yeah. They
Yeah,
should have
and
they should have probably released this in like December.
I think that would have been the better
Hmm.
time
This
for
would
it.
be like a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
No, I mean like
Your whole
you know,
family.
No.
No.
Like Christmas movies are like the run up to the Oscars. So
Yeah,
like
I
awards
get your
season.
point.
To keep
yeah.
it fresh in the
Um,
memory.
Yeah.
Keep it,
Yeah.
yeah. I could totally see it falling under the radar. And I think
Same with Warfare.
I think that's a shame. Yeah, for both of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that would be too bad. And on the whole, I like the movie, but like I said, there are some, and again, this is more me. There are parts of it that are very cringy,
And
that are
in a
very
bad way.
awkward. And
Or are you talking about just like the events translated to the screen, or the way that the filmmakers executed them?
I felt bad for the actors having to do the scenes, even though they're playing characters who really did these things.
Okay.
You know, it's just like I felt bad for them, and I don't know why, but I did. I don't know what to say, and it kind of brought the movie down a little bit for me. I'm recommending the movie. I am, but I'm just saying, go in understanding there are some things in this movie that are not pleasant.
Well, it is
Absolutely.
rated
Some
R.
Violence in a lot of different
It is
levels.
rated
Yeah.
R, and it is about
For
domestic
the
violence.
kids watching.
Mm.
Yes,
As
this
if
is
you didn't know.
do not bring the infants. You know, do not bring the kids.
Yeah.
This is you know,
This is not for kids.
it is an adult film, and not in a way that we well. At one point, you're like, "Whoa, okay, we're going there." But
Just reference
know.
back to the moment that Sin just blushed the most that she ever has on a live stream.
But I think they were just trying to, in a way, try to drive home how horrific these events were without going. And everybody's definition of too far is, but anyway,
yeah, like I
they
said,
were really trying to drive it home how horrible of a
get it.
situation this was.
It's like I get it, but it was awkward sitting in a crowd of people seeing it, and I felt bad for the actors having to do some of those scenes. Why I felt that way when it hasn't bothered me in anything else before. I've seen worse shit than what's in this movie and other movies, and it hasn't bothered me. So I don't know why it bothered me here.
I'd like to see you find the answer to that as to why,
Yeah,
at another time, like find out what is it about the movie that made you feel that way.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't explain it. It's like I was just like this, like slinking down further and further down to my seat, and I'm like, I cannot be in the crowd of people watching this happen on the screen.
Sometimes
And
the
I
more you
feel
care,
bad. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
I just like the actors enough that maybe that was it. Maybe I was taking it some of it too personally. I don't know.
I was almost going to say, sometimes if you start caring about maybe you like the actors, actresses a lot too, but the characters themselves, and you see them go through some really horrific things, that makes a different emotion come out of you too. If you're really getting drawn in to be like, this can't be happening to her again, or not this next level or whatever. But maybe that was what they were aiming for, to make you uncomfortable, and some of those.
Well, it worked.
Well, but I mean, you shouldn't be comfortable with those things.
No, and I get that, but I don't. This was just like something else. I mean, because I went into this movie knowing at least a little bit about what was going to happen, so it's like I wasn't completely. I guess I wasn't completely surprised when you put that. The sexual angle that it goes into okay, click. What does that mean? What does that mean? maybe that was it. I don't know. It's like maybe I'm trying to figure these two people out, and I'm realizing their package I don't want to open or touch.
But you can even look at that of it could have been not really sexual either. It could have been the control, the dominance.
I get it.
The,
It's it's another
kind
form of control, but it's just like what happened in this guy's past, and again, we don't know what happened in this guy's past that brought him to the point that he became the person that he became.
Yeah, but I mean,
needed his young wife to put on a dildo.
A scumbag is always a scumbag and always will be a scumbag. I mean, well, fine, there could be redemption arcs, yada yada, but this guy didn't have any.
No. Maybe the actress did such a very good job making you believe they were going through it. But yeah, yeah. I mean, the acting is very good in this movie. You believe it, and I have never quite known what to make of Katie O'Brien, but I liked her in this movie. Everybody's good.
She was better in this than she was in MI8. I'll tell you that.
Well, I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know.
Oh, is that her? Oh shoot! I didn't make the connection there. Okay.
Wait, who's Katie O'Brien?
The one she ends up marrying at the end, when she's with in the hospital.
I didn't realize that was her.
Yeah. You kind of want to give Merritt Weaver a good slap because come on, you've played the characters who know better. Come on, snap out of it. Ethan Embry playing the dad.
Holy shit! Yeah. I didn't know who that was. By the way, for people who don't know, so hey, for those, I'm just gonna blow your mind, everyone. So you remember the movie Can't Hardly Wait from the 90s?
Of course. Of course.
The lead of that movie plays the dad in this, and he's completely unrecognizable. At least for me, my experience, I didn't realize until midway through the movie.
I didn't realize that was him either.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a bit of a change between the two.
Oh, you should have led with that, Kyle. Wow, that blows my mind. I thought it was just a random actor.
I thought so too. I just thought, but what actor is that? And I just let it go.
It's Nick Papagiorgio.
That dude, Ethan Embry is just it's just a testament to how we're getting old. We're all getting old. Time is flying by.
Yeah.
Careful about talking about being old. I think
Meanwhile,
the top
we're
half
keeping
is a
deleted.
little older than the bottom half in the screen here, but
I look younger than I am.
The gray is real, and I am keeping it.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm not coloring it.
Look.
Yeah, we got the beards up top and the sort
With
of
the gray too. Yeah.
sort of close shave
shaved
at
today.
the bottom.
But as a once great friend once told me, it doesn't matter what color it turns. It can turn purple for all he cares, as long as it stays.
I was just thinking, I was laughing because the other day I was watching part of The Gentleman, and there's the whole scene about when the grayback has a little more gray on its back or something along those lines, like getting too old. And I was like, yeah, each time I let this grow in, I see how much more white and gray comes in. But oh well, such is life. I'm never going to color it. It's what I am. Take it or leave it.
Don't. As long as it stays. You know what I mean? Like, because it could be gone one day.
Yep. Enjoy it while you can.
Be glad it's there.
Yep.
Well done, Geek Flag.
All right. Well, we do have to wrap it up because
mine would be more Metamucil or something. Anyway, sorry. Keep on talking.
I guess I do have another show that I have to get to. So, all right, gentlemen, final thoughts before we go, Paul.
I thought it was fantastic. And Thirsty Thursdays is back. We're gonna have a pretty big lineup, or more than the last time, probably twice as much. Deleted.
Can you give some previews as to who's definitely going to be there?
Well, certainly everybody on this panel now.
I don't know if I still invited. Come on.
Oh, come on.
I'm joking. I'm
Corey.
joking. Keep going. Keep going. I'm joking.
Hold on. I know that joke is dying out because his voice is getting quieter when he says it.
I just love seeing people cringe, so I got to say it every once in a while. So.
No, everybody.
So what kind of number are you talking about? You got a round number? You got an estimate?
Let's see. It's us for.
Are you gonna have to like kick people off because you don't have enough
or-
room on there?
At least
Nadia
7,
stream.
maybe 8. Yeah, 2 ladies. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, 8. Actually, I'll have 8 people.
It's a
Kind of like
Hey.
hey. Oh my god.
Yeah, you.
Go on.
Oh my
No.
god.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's a mystery for now. You're gonna keep.
It's a mystery.
Okay.
For
All
now.
right.
Yeah, no, but it's a
appreciate
good
that.
lineup. Deleted. I hope you're coming this time.
Yeah,
If you're around.
I'll try to stop by. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta. Yeah,
With you,
I
it will be 8.
I have a
Otherwise, we'll
stream
have an odd
earlier
number.
in the day, and if
Okay.
it gets done in time,
Yeah.
I'll stop by.
Did
Or
you
just
say
hire
what
you.
time it's happening?
7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so it's same time as
Yeah,
when
same
this
as
started.
usual.
Okay, cool.
All right. Corey, what do you have coming up?
Thirsty Thursday. We were just talking about that. So, got some more things rolling out, but yeah, we'll just go with that right now. And just thank you very much for having me on. And it's always fun to check these out. It's a nice little twist, not knowing exactly what we're going to get into. And yeah, but no, had fun as always. It was great hanging out with y'all. So thank you.
Right on. Kyle.
Even though I released it 2 weeks ago or so, I still have the warfare discussion where I spoke with an actual Iraq war veteran, and it's not gotten enough views. It needs to have more because I genuinely want people to see this. It's an interesting discussion that's very unique that not a lot of people have put out. And after this, in a little more than an hour, I'm going to be on Box Office Brawler talking about Van Helsing. 2004's Van Helsing, the Hugh Jackman movie, horror adventure film by the great and underrated Stephen Sommers.
Co-starring Kate Beckinsale.
Yes,
Did I
before she
mention
fucked up her
Kate
face.
Beckinsale?
What?
Allow me to restate that. All right, I'm back. All right, as for myself, coming right up will be live from Sparkwood in 21. There will be rabbits.
Oh.
We'll see. All right. It may possibly be my last broadcast. If it is not...
Well, we all know what
and,
rabbits do. Pretty well.
Yes,
Eat carrots.
That's exactly right, Corey.
All right. If all goes well, I will return Thursday at 4:30 for Action Theater. Outlaw Bill and I will round out our month of celebrating Halloween with The Lost Boys from 1987.
Very nice.
Strong one. Yep.
Yeah.
And then later that night will be coming attractions where I let everybody know where I'm going to be for the next week, up to and including my appearance this Friday night at 8 over on Big Al Presents. Films with Friends as we watch the original Halloween.
Oh.
And
Great tradition on Halloween. Throw that movie.
indeed.
Mhm.
And I am going, and speaking of Halloween, I am going to have my review up for Shelby Oaks, hopefully tomorrow. And folks, I get it. There's been a lot of back and forth about YouTubers liking the movie or not, and does that make you a hater or a shill? Full disclosure, I backed the film. My name is literally in the credits for the film. But I am going to be honest in my review. And there's a lot of good points, but there's a couple of points I had problems with too. So I am it's going to be a straight up, honest, non-spoiler review. So stay tuned. I'm hoping to do that tomorrow. If not, I might have to wait until the weekend. But my plan right now is to do it sometime tomorrow, because tomorrow's usually my free day. So, right. And let's see. I also watched A House of what I keep fucking up the name of it. The Netflix movie House of Dynamite.
I don't know that.
No spoilers. I actually want to see that.
This was
again,
Idris Elba, I believe.
Yeah. Again, I always do non-spoiler reviews until I come on here and blab. But I'm hoping to get a review up for that as well. Interesting film and misunderstood. I think the ending is a lot less ambiguous than is being made out. So, yeah. All right. So, as I always say, at the end of every broadcast from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks all.
And I'm late, so I'm just going to do a heart out.
Bye-bye.
That's all, folks.